Hey, how's it going everyone? Vesper here again for another patch breakdown video. Still got a lot of characters to go, so today we're gonna do Sakura. So let's get started. As usual, Sakura has only received buffs, and the first change is they extended the range of her standing hard punch. So first off, what makes this good is you can hit further away with this, obviously, and that's really good for poking in general. It's also a really good whiff punishing tool, so now you can whiff punish further away, going into heavy TATSU, which is a really good +2 situation. And this counter hit link would be more consistent as well. Sometimes if you hit really far with this, the heavy punch will just whiff just outside of range. But I don't think this is really a big deal because you have back heavy punch to go into even at max range. And if you, for example, if you go really far away and go into heavy TATSU like this, the heavy TATSU is going to whiff as opposed to back heavy punch. So I think it's mostly just for whiff punishing. So the next change is a little more interesting. Sakura's down forward heavy kick can now be cancelled into special moves now. So this got buffed before, put the opponent to a juggle state, but now you can just straight up cancel it, introducing some new combos, in particular her anti-airs and her crush counter combos. So now you can do something like this, and get a little bit more damage. Keep in mind you have to micro walk and then do the down forward heavy kick. And like I said, this can help her anti-air damage a little bit as well. Or even her air-to-air. Okay, the next buff is V-Trigger 1, and this has to do with Sakura's super in V-Trigger 1. So in case you guys didn't know, Sakura actually does bonus damage when her V-Trigger 1 is active and she lands the full animation super. She gets 20 more damage. But what I didn't know is that when your V-Trigger runs out and you cancel into the super, so let's say I have just enough for one more V-Trigger 1 fireball, and I do this, and I cancel into super, I won't get the bonus super damage. It'll do the regular super damage. So that's really odd. So Capcom made sure to fix this, so that no matter what, as long as you cancel from your fireballs, either the ground one or the anti-air one, as long as you cancel that into the super, you'll get the bonus damage. No matter what, even if the bar runs out as you use that fireball. Now, I have to clarify this one more time, that you have to cancel from the fireball to get the bonus damage. So, if your V-Trigger bar runs out and you combo any other way without going directly from the fireball, so for example, if you do it like this, you have just enough, I go like this, and then I go in super, this super will not get the bonus damage. Pretty whack, honestly. I think no matter what, it should get the full damage, as long as the combo started from when your V-Trigger was active, but just so you know. Alright, moving on, the next buff, Sakura's EX TATSU. You can now V-Trigger cancel it earlier, meaning you're even more plus than you were before. This was already a very absurd buff. One of Sakura's best buffs, actually, throughout the entire game's lifespan, because now you get Unga Activate, and they made it a whopping plus 15 now on hit, meaning you can do literally any combo you desire. You are so mad plus. You can almost dash. You're so plus. On block now, let's see, I think it's plus 6 now. Let me check. Yeah, it's plus 6, so once again, it's still very, very much your turn. You can also do something cheeky and go for a chin buster and continue the pressure from there. And you're so plus that if you threw, it would whiff because you're so plus. So very good buff to Sakura with already something that was very good in the first place. Alright, next up, Sakura's V-Trigger 2 has also been buffed. They give her a new move, a powered up version of her Air TATSU. Now this pretty much works exactly like her ground TATSU, where you can combo into your V-Trigger uppercut afterwards or your super. You're mainly going to be landing this from like an air-to-air, like a jumping medium punch canceled into it, but you have a lot of time to combo right after it. A lot of time. And don't worry if your V-Trigger runs out, you can go right into the super, you don't have to uppercut after. Alright, and the final buff for Sakura is she now recovers 2 frames faster after activating V-Trigger. So she essentially is like +2 more than the last patch when she activates. So Capcom basically noted that they don't like the idea that Sakura has to rely so much on using EX moves to cancel the V-Trigger. But come on, Capcom, how can you blame us? You gave us EX TATSU Unga Bunga. But they also want you to be able to cancel into normal attacks, so they give you a little bit more options. But honestly, after doing some testing, I haven't found anything in particular really good. I mean, most of the time, you're going to want to activate from a crouching medium kick if you're going to use a normal. So now you're +8, so you have some options here. You can go like crouching medium kick into back heavy punch now. You couldn't do that before. So that's pretty good, I guess. You can go like that into like, you know, normal Tatsu depending what V-Trigger you have. Or you can go straight into, you know, the uppercut. For example. Now, Capcom also noted specifically crouching light punch activation. I mean, Capcom, you've been reading your own notes, man. No one does light activate anymore, especially after the V-Trigger scaling nerf. But yeah, you're +4, whoopee. So you can go like crouching jab into like, you know, a small light confirm for absolutely 0 damage because of the mass amount of scaling. But it's there. I guess if you get a counter hit, now that I think about it, and you activate, what are you? +6? So I guess you can go like this. So this is good. You're basically gonna want to counter hit if you do a crouching jab. But once again, the scaling is just absurd. But keep note of this. This is a buff in general. Sakura didn't get much from canceling to her normals. And there you go, guys. That's a wrap again. Another patch note video has been complete. I hope you guys enjoyed watching these patch note videos. If you do, please hit the like button. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified of our next patch note breakdown. We'll be going through all the characters. I think we're almost like halfway now, so it's been quite the adventure. Of course, guys, stay tuned for more Street Fighter news. Alright, guys, have a good one. Peace.